Hello, and welcome to Year of the Vampire. This week we watched Blood and Donuts.
This was your choice.
Yeah, apparently people who worked on The Cube and Ginger Snaps, two movies I love.
The Cube, or is it? I thought it was just Cube.
Well, I think the first one's Cube, and then it's like Hypercube, then Cube Zero.
Well, you just called it The Cube, so...
Yeah, The Cube. But anyways, it's a vampire movie.
It's like what your mom would call the movie. No, are you watching The Cube again?
I mean... Anyways...
And yeah, of course it's a vampire movie. That's what
obviously it's a vampire movie. And
what else is it about, Noel?
A donut shop.
What else is it about, Noel?
These two thugs who work for some gang. Who, well, maybe they're more mafia-like than like modern gang, but
should we actually?
Let's just get to the point. Okay, so
yeah, the plot is basically what you said. Vampire wakes up, meets random cab driver, meets all-night donut shop employee, meets apparently criminals, part of a larger gang, even though we only see 3 of them. They're led by David Cronenberg, so that's kind of cool.
And they're trying to attack the taxi driver, if you wanted to know the connection. And the taxi driver goes to this donut shop. I don't know.
Like, is that ever explained, or what he's doing in the bag at the beginning of the movie?
Oh, the vampire?
Yeah.
He was sleeping. That's where he went and slept. He went and slept in some warehouse for 20 years after
Why?
I don't know, 25 years, but that was after the moon landing, weirdly enough. It was weirdly specific for the movie. As far as the plot goes, it makes sense. It's straightforward, but there's not a lot to it.
Okay, I wouldn't say it's exactly straightforward, and I also wouldn't say it really, quote-unquote, makes sense.
Oh,
but
I totally forgot to mention the other woman, the vampire's, ex-girlfriend.
I mean, she doesn't appear very much, but...
You see her, every once in a while until about just past the halfway point, and then she actually becomes more important for a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say, she becomes important for 5 minutes, and then she's promptly forgotten about again.
Yeah.
As you do when making a movie. Acting. What'd you think of the acting?
It's kind of goofy, a little stiff. Not just because the guy was a vampire. The music almost sounded 80s-esque, despite it being a 95 movie.
Set in 94. Wait, I didn't say what I thought about the acting. I had to yawn.
I'm sorry, yeah. What did you think?
I thought the acting was really awkward and kind of cringy. I don't know if that was on purpose.
Okay, the dude who played as a taxi driver, everyone else felt natural-ish, but his accent, there's no way that could have been
I couldn't understand half of what he was saying.
He did have some goofy comments that were kind of hard to pick up on, but...
Anyway, Sound and music.
It was good, mostly just
It was a lot of 80s and earlier. There was a lot of 40s and 60s and 50s sounding music.
Any music that was popular between the 60s and the 80s, you heard it. They had Sandman.
Of course you were going to mention that. You have some weird fascination with that song.
It's a good song, but it wasn't the Chordettes version. It was another cover, because the Chordettes version is also a cover, by the way. Anyways,
cinematography. What'd you think of the cinematography?
It felt like a low-budget 90s film, which is what it was, so I don't know. Most of it was decent, for what it's worth.
There were a couple kind of weird shots in there, but...
I think the weirdest part was the...
I think that mostly comes with it being a lower budget movie from the 90s.
But the weirdest part was the battery scene where they're trying to bring him back to life. And
that was some really weird CG. That's our next part though. Special effects.
Yeah, okay. Special effects, yeah.
There wasn't much for special effects in the movie.
It was mostly practical, for what it's worth. Being a low budget, I guess.
It was mostly practical in the sense of there was drawing some blood.
I mean, it's still...
Which doesn't... Let's be real. Blood effects like that really don't take that much effort.
No, but...
you just drip blood down somebody.
There was a lot of dead animals. Mostly
that was...
rats. That was kind of gross, but...
Well, you can get dead animals at a freaking Halloween store.
I mean,
and probably fuck them up and paint them to look more realistic.
Paint?
Okay, They probably did not have
No, they didn't.
dead rats with
No.
that looking gore. So yeah, they
No,
had to
so-
customize them a little bit.
Well, obviously. But
Actually, I don't think you can find a decapitated fake rat in a store.
No, that'd be weird.
Yeah, so they had to customize them.
But yeah, I think the budget was like just a little over 100,000. So
I mean,
it wasn't a lot.
I mean, it wasn't a terrible movie. It's not one
No.
that I really have the need to see again.
Like,
But
it's
for
not-
100,000, it was pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's not like the best movie I've seen. We've definitely seen worse though. So I don't know. It's just a B movie.
Is that really what we're going to end this?
I don't know.
I'd recommend it at least once. It's an interesting watch.
It was okay, but I'm not sure if I'll watch it again.